Hello!
Hey, friends.
It is the best day of the week. It's Wednesday, which means it's recap day or preview day or whatever. REL 9D and 9E. Week 11. We're getting started a little bit late again, but I literally just got home, so...
This time it's your fault for once.
That's true. Yeah, it's some work. This week is really crazy busy with work. So... I literally just got home. So if my brain is melting a little bit, I hope you forgive me, but it should be okay.
We're also both in the middle of the minors playoffs because,
It's true.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually that late, but Ben is just a little fried, so we'll leave him to it.
No, yeah, it's not really late. It's 9:40, but I mean I've been at work since 8 or 9 a.m. You know, whatever time zones.
So what we're going to do today, and we're doing things in the proper order again, is we're going to start with 2 replay reviews, and then we're going to get into the divisions.
So we don't spoil
first
anything.
for you. Yeah, we're already in the game. Are you prepared for this production value that we're giving you?
I am always tired.
We have Leozar. It's true. He is a sleepy bitch. We have Leozar's Lizards team versus the Atomex Here Goes Nothing Goblins. So Goblin versus Lizard in 9D.
Yep, we're gonna do, this is review week. That's the first one. Then we're gonna look at one in 9E, and then we'll go over the results of the week and stuff. So I'm gonna pop up Blood Bowl, and we can get into this. Here we go. We are now small.
Small.
And are you ready to hit go on this? 3, 2, 1, go. We're watching Goblins. I haven't watched the Goblins yet.
Exactly. This is why we're doing it. So the Goblins, it seems, are defending first.
It looks like it. Although they are fielding secret weapons so far. If they're defending, they're fielding secret weapons on defense, which seems a little strange.
It's true. You don't normally field the Fanatic on defense. That's for sure. It's unreliable to say the least.
Yeah, and you got to spend time protecting, and you want to kind of follow up with the Fanatic, like let the Fanatic go wild and just follow behind it to keep it safe from blocks, and it's kind of hard to do that with defending.
So Leozar has 3 blocks Saurus, one of whom has Mighty Blow, who should do incredible amounts of work in this match. It's unusual also to put Goblins on the line. Goblins, as all AV9 or AV7 stunty pieces are, died really hard. So
yeah,
that sentence didn't go anywhere, but whatever.
Then again, the Saurus can, like, it's not too difficult for the Saurus and Crocs to make up the strength on the Troll.
Yeah, I mean, you expect the Trolls to get blocked.
Yeah.
It's more that the Trolls are armor 9, so...
yeah, this is the godly Fanatic that keeps eating MVPs. Well, a Blitz is nice. It keeps eating MVPs and has picked up Grab and Mighty Blow, which are like the 2 skills you want on a Fanatic. Instant Troll Blitz.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah, Goblins, it's true.
Oh, follow, that's spicy.
That's a block troll though, and he hit a non-block Saurus, so that's always nice.
It's true. Oh, he is going with the Fanatic blocks. Oops, he hits his own Goblin. Oh no, he hits the Crocs.
Yeah, he hit the Crocs. He went past the Goblin. And now he's gonna get a Saurus, yeah.
Oh, he pushes the Goblin safe. That was smart. That is a super dead... Oh, he GFIs. I was going to say, that is a super dead Fanatic otherwise.
This Fanatic is a monster. I love him so much.
He's got Mighty Blow, man.
Mighty Blow and Grab. The Grab is so
good. This Fanatic has 4 MVPs. Last time I thought it would only be 3, and I was wrong. Oh, and that's a perfect position for a foul, and yeah, of course he goes for it.
With the chainsaw? Duh.
Yeah.
Boom. Enormous foul.
On the Mighty Blow, and it's KO. That is unbelievably good for the Goblins.
Yeah, no Mighty Blow is so
dead,
good.
But
Mighty Blow is the scariest thing in the world against Armor 7 Stunty.
So suddenly, the Lizards had this very strong setup, and now they're left with 2 Saurus who are completely surrounded. The rest of whom are stuck up on this Troll who has block, and if you hit him with the Crocs, you are, oh, yeah,
boneheads.
I can see this is perhaps not a very fun match for Leozar.
That was a weird camera glitch I just got. I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, you've got to try to start attritioning Goblins and hope that you can get make something happen.
Yeah, again,
here.
I wouldn't have followed there. You don't want to.
Cat is
I guess you wanted
hello.
to make that a 2-die.
No, Melon, I can't see the screen when you stand there. You can sit on my lap. You can't sit on the keyboard.
Oh, he red dies the Fanatic. Oh, gets them both down. That's good enough.
Yeah.
And Wifey is out. Wifey's very brief feature in this.
Yeah, I was excited to see him do work because it's a Mighty Blow Fanatic, and he had 1 turn of life. And that, my friends, is why you don't field the Looney on, or Fanatic, whatever, on defense.
I mean, admittedly, it was a pretty good turn, but also the Fanatic is mediocre against lizards. Turns out they're pretty good at getting it down.
Yeah, that's true. The chainsaw is a big deal against the lizards, as long as you can line up fouls well.
I don't think he had a shot. No, he didn't have a shot at the chainsaw here. Okay, so dodge doing work.
But he is flooding the cage with goblins, which is kind of annoying because all of the Saurus are stuck up, and he's gonna have to like defend this ball with skinks.
Ooh,
that's a
troll hit.
That's a big injury too. That's down 2 Saurus.
One of the 2 block pieces. Yep. And that was a 12 on armor into a 9 on injury. Exactly what he needed.
Killed the GFI. Not that it really matters.
He's trying to get the diving. Oh, that's not even the diving tackle one. Oh, he's going to move the diving tackle one now onto the ball.
First, he's going to move the chainsaw.
Oh, he's going to foul.
Vroom! Do it.
Sent off. I assume there's a bribe in play. There is indeed. How many bribes? Oh, he's still got 2 left. He got 3 bribes. Oh, fails another GFI.
Oh, well.
That's rough. This is why I would have moved the diving tackle one first. Diving tackle on the ball is slightly more important than one other goblin on the front.
I mean, the good news is most of the Saurus and stuff are stuck. Like, there's like 1 free one, and he's got like a whole bunch of goblins on the skinks. I mean, the bad news is it's like sort of even footing.
Man. There's no bad news. Look at this hot goblin on skink action.
Yeah, right, strength 2 versus strength 2. It's like a slap fight.
Oh, he appoed the KO'd guard goblin. He felt he needed it so badly that he didn't want to give it up.
I mean, that makes sense. Guard is going to matter a lot. It's going to help out on the skinks a lot, and it'll help a little bit with the Saurus too. I mean, it's going to have a hard time blocking Saurus with goblins, but the guard is going to let you like dive at skinks, which he tried to do last turn.
Ooh, but he dub skulls. Oh, gets a pow on the reroll though. That's good.
Goodbye, block troll.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's doing his job. He's got 3 Saurus on him. Well, 2 now, but you know.
He remembered to reactivate his Crocs. Unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there. Now the chainsaw can't chainsaw the ball easily.
Yeah, chainsaws are not stunty, nor are they dodge, so it's difficult.
But the chainsaw can get this Crocs. Oh, he's going.
He's going to hit the movement skink, right? No, he's going for the Crocs. Just going for it. Chainsaw blitz.
Thick skull, best skill in game.
Spicy chainsaw blitz. Man, if that failed though, that would have been so bad. Like just leaving you chainsaw up against the Crocsagor would have been really, really bad.
He only had 1 Apo. He didn't induce an Apo, CRBoyz.
It would have been so bad because he would have just gotten punched by Mighty Blow and he's going down. But the fact that that worked out is really good for him.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, I would have Apo'd the badly hurt Saurus. I guess you're not really worried about winning this game. You're more worried about dying, so...
I mean, it's goblins. You need to, like, survive the first half. And if you do, then you win. But you need to survive.
Which he is currently not doing.
Not very well.
He also needs to score quickly.
If he can, he has the ball in a skink, and it's mostly free. He can run to space pretty well right now. And the goblins don't have the movement really to keep up with him.
Oh, this one does, and this one is sure feet wrestle, so that's a scary thing to have coming after your ball.
He's still got a free skink and a Saurus that he can.
Yeah, he's gonna cage up. Well, sort of cage up.
I mean, yeah, just get in the way. He wants to score as fast as possible here and get that chainsaw removed forever. Well, not necessarily forever because there's still a bribe, but it eats a bribe. Certainly.
Yep, you do want to score as quickly as possible.
Or force the goblins to score quickly if it's their drive, but yeah.
Oof. So, Saurus dodge.
You're a little bit ahead of me.
I'll pause momentarily. Let me know when you get to the spicy Saurus dodge.
He just finished it. Crocs just end turn now.
Crocs is definitely getting chainsawed again, I'd say.
He's on the ground surrounded by 1,000 goblins and a chainsaw. If that Crocs doesn't get chainsawed, this goblin player isn't a real goblin and doesn't deserve to play goblins.
He could gang foul with goblins and save the chainsaw for the blitz because he doesn't have a good blitz right now.
He could blitz if he could. It would actually not be too bad to blitz the sidestep skink. with the chainsaw.
Ooh, bad luck. No armor break and sent off.
He has bribes,
he's
but
got the bribes for it. But
you could blitz the skink with it, and it's only number 7.
The Blocksaurus.
It's +3, so it's not super unlikely. But it'd be basically guaranteed on the skink, and it's also putting your player farther forward to like threaten against the ball at least. So
I mean, the skink's just gonna score next turn.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to stall against goblins. You deplete their bribes. He'll be down to 1. He'll be down to 0 bribes, and he'll only have the chainsaw left. So.
And all the skink has to do is score right now.
I mean, also he can just punch the.
Yeah, you're gonna take the chainsaw punch 100% of the time there.
Wow, failed the 5+. Another bonehead.
Well, now you just score.
Yep.
And he's going to. Or not? Yes, he is.
Yeah,
he's just adding some rushing yards there.
Yep.
Oh, cool. So we go up 1-0 to the Las
This
Vegas
has very much
Wizards.
been a goblin game so far.
Yeah, very goblin-y. Well, he's going to use the bribe on the chainsaw, I would imagine.
I'm skipping all the animations just so we're clear.
Saurus woke up. I'm skipping the ones that are relevant. Let's see what happens here.
He's using the bribe now.
Yep, accepted the bribe. So we have the chainsaw remaining on the field, and he still gets another 4 turns out of it. He's not going to get it in the second half, but if he can do work with 4 turns of chainsaw, then that would be really nice. I mean, so in the review last week, I said that the Fanatic could be really scary if he accomplishes some stuff, and he went out on turn 1. So, rip me, I guess. I tried. I was like, the Fanatic could be really good, and then he just went out on turn 1. So maybe the Looney will make up for it.
The Fanatic was briefly extremely good. I mean, it's what put the Lizards on the back foot. It was
true.
The Fanatic just going to town on that LOS, but
did not last. He is fielding the chainsaw, yeah, so he's gonna go for it. It makes sense to field it on offense, but you're going on offense on your half, so you could have saved it for that if you wanted to, but I think it makes sense to do it now before you lose too many more goblins, and you can try to make a bigger advantage for your own half. Like if you could, it's kind of like a 2-1 grind as goblins, I guess, is what he's going for here.
yeah, exactly. Ooh, that's a deep kick.
But instead of sort of bashing your opponent to death, he's goblining his opponent to death. Wow, yeah, just straight up instant chainsaw on the LOS. I like it.
Not even thought about. Just.
Who needs the ball? I'm just chainsawing
So that's 2
lizards.
badly hurt Saurus so far.
I mean, yeah, that's 2 of the Saurus. Down to 4 Saurus is a big deal. Evening up that strength.
And this one is getting fouled, I guess.
I would be surprised if he didn't. There's a dirty player goblin in range, so.
Is he 3-dying this? That's not a 3-die. Oh, he's hitting it with the goblin. Let's see.
Because it's wrestle versus. Oh, it's not even block. Maybe he wants to have the troll
because
free.
he wants to.
Troll blitz?
Yeah, he wants the troll free to mark, I guess. Yeah. Not necessarily smart to do against Saurus. They don't really have trouble punching you. Unfortunate 1 on the 2+ pickup from the Agi 4 goblin, which is gross.
Yeah, it has a reroll.
Oh, he's gonna foul the
Saurus.
This one. Well, it's just like a question of which Saurus he was gonna foul.
That's true. This one had more assists, I think.
Ugh, another KO.
Down to 3 Saurus.
Yeah, dropping like flies.
I mean, this is how goblins win, right? You need to like do as much damage as you can in half number 1 before you lose all your goblins and/or secret weapons, and then if you hurt enough, then maybe you can hold on in half 2. And so far, that seems to be working out for Atomex and the goblins.
Yep. Oh, going in for the guard.
The Mighty Blowsaurus waking up is a big deal.
Doesn't get it.
Yeah, the lack of tackle on the lizards is really not helping them here.
Yeah, it's not. You wouldn't normally expect to have tackle at this point, so it's not.
No, but you win really wants to pick up tackle.
Fucking sucks.
Oh, that's a really bad. Like he could have put that Crocs on 4 goblins, which would have been amazing. Spicy Saurus dodge. I mean, it was the last action of the turn. So
he's just trying to dodge him out so he doesn't take a mighty blow hit for free.
If that Crocs had not boneheaded, he could have stuck himself up on 4 goblins. I mean, he would have gotten chainsawed probably, but
yeah,
chainsaw fail eventually, maybe, right?
Yeah. So pro tips: normally dodging out is fine because the ground doesn't have mighty blow. But when you're fighting goblins, being on the ground means you get fouled. So don't do spicy agi 1 dodges versus goblins. You're just giving them more targets to foul.
Here comes a chainsaw.
This chainsaw, man, doing work. Oof, injury.
Oh my god, on the Mighty Blow guy too. He just got back.
Hurt. Oh, I would have appoed that. I guess he doesn't care about winning, but I can't let myself lose like that.
He is getting chainsawed so hard.
Yeah, he's able to get fouled so hard.
The Mad Hatter is a hero. Too bad he doesn't get any SPP for any of this. Her feet doing a thing, and here comes the stomp. Crunch.
Oh, I mean the goblins dice have been on fire.
The armor dice for sure, yeah.
Armor and injury, like these aren't stuns; they're all like injuries or KOs.
there's one Saurus left.
So. This is the thing. Oh, and he 1 in 9's the first thing he does. No, and it's a KO. Oh my God.
This game is this is where Leozar. I'm sorry, dude. You are not having a good game.
This is gonna be real quick. Yeah, I mean sometimes this happens as goblins. Like your dice are on fire and your opponent can't do anything, and you just fucking annihilate them.
Well, who's he chainsaw blitzing this turn? I mean, I would start going for skinks. The strength is
go Saurus.
The strength is evened up. You don't care, and the skinks are just gonna go down to the chainsaw so much easier. And if he can't pick up the ball, then he can't win.
He's got several blocks on this Saurus, so he can just do that instead. Chainsaw blitz on skink. Skink is KO'd. Surprise.
Room.
Yeah, I mean this must have been a very frustrating game to be on the receiving end of.
Certainly. Blocks the Saurus with the troll. He's going to get a troll block on a skink too.
Dodge sidestep though. He's fine.
And that's why I like the chainsaw on the skinks, because you can ignore dodge, sidestep, block. It's just a straight armor roll with +3 against armor 7. He's got 2 turns
He's just trying to survive now. He's running away.
Yeah, he's got to save those skinks is basically all he can really do.
He's red dying. Oof.
Oh no.
Fails the red die against the goblin.
Well, that's the Saurus that's getting chainsaw fouled 1000%.
Yep, gotta cause as much damage as possible. Some of those KOs are gonna come back.
Yeah, you'd consider fouling the skink, but I mean the Saurus is just a juicier target, so he's gonna make this a huge foul. Yeah, that's about as big as it can get. Did that Crocs not activate last turn?
The Crocs is not activated.
So this is. You don't need all those players.
I would have probably fouled with a normal player and then chainsawed the Crocs, to be honest.
Yeah, because that's like a basically guaranteed armor break. Wow. Well, F.
No, Apo. He's fine, I think.
Into an injury.
He's MNG'd. Okay.
Wow.
Aren't you glad you saved that? Aren't you glad you didn't play for the win like I advocated?
Yeah, wow. Whoever plays these Saurus next, or these lizards next, is going to have a good time.
There's only one MNG so far. The rest have been badly hurt.
Oh, okay, that's true.
So far.
Blocks the Crocs. Yeah, I would have considered fouling with a normal guy, because you had so many assists. You basically guaranteed anyway. And you could have chainsawed the Croc Cigar, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
No, I mean, when you get dead, who gives a shit who did it?
Yeah, that's true. Does the chainsaw work like Mighty Blow, though? I don't know.
The chainsaw...
Like, the +3 only adds to the armor. It won't add to injury if you don't count. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Well, he's going to wrestle blitz the skink, which makes sense, because wrestle does not find it.
Rerolls for a pal. That's brave.
I mean, it's turn 8, and his opponent doesn't get another turn.
And I guess he's wrestle, so it would have had to have been a 1. Yeah, never mind. That's fine.
It's a 3 die. Yeah, he was just trying to maximize hurting the skinks. Makes it 1-1, and it's going into the Goblins' half now. He's not going to have a chainsaw, but who cares? The opponent doesn't have any players left.
Let's see how these KO rolls go. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, let's see. Well, we got 4 injured.
Oh, he got 3 KOs back out of 4. Really good. So he does have some strength on the field.
And there's no more chainsaw. So it shouldn't be impossible to tie this up as the lizards. It's sad that you only have 2 Saurus, and so they're going to need to do crazy amounts of work. But they should, like, goblins go down pretty easy, and there's no more chainsaw. It's just the trolls that are going to be in the way. So we'll see what he can get done here. But if like it's hard. If he had like 1 more Saurus, I think this would be like pretty doable for the lizards. But with only 2, it's going to be hard. If he had 3 or 4, I think it's much more in the source or in the lizard favor here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the lizards are going to hope to do here.
Punch as many goblins as possible and see if they can even up the numbers a little bit. But it's going to be hard.
They have no block pieces left, though. So
yeah, that's so hard. This is a rough game. Well, he does have a block piece left, but it's a skink.
It's a skink.
It's a skink. It's a meme. Edgy Goblin grabbed hold of the ball without too much difficulty. Troll really stupids, disappointingly, because that was a blitz.
He's gonna blitz the Crocs, yeah. So no getting this Crocs down, which means these have to make one in. What is this? It's a 1 in 4, right?
What do you see?
The chance of failing a, yeah, it's a 1 in 4. He is running away.
Well, that's disappointing.
It's predictable, though.
I guess. I mean, yeah, keep the skink safe and see if you can accomplish anything with the Saurus, and if you can even it up a bit, then maybe you can use the skinks to start helping out, but until then, keep the skinks safe and try to get something done with Saurus. Did he hit the wrestle one? Because that's a surprise.
No 1 in 9 chance, I guess. But, I mean, you don't really care if you 1 in 9 is armor 9 versus armor 7 stun.
Yeah, I think I would have hit one of the normal guys and just taken them both down if I got it.
Yeah. I mean, being on the ground is a dangerous prospect against goblins, we've seen, and he has no apples left. So he doesn't want to knock himself to the ground if he can help it, but hitting the wrestle piece, of course, it's the same difference. So.
Yep. And you have a slightly better chance of hurting somebody with the non-wrestle piece.
Man, even the block dice from the goblin have been on fire.
Yeah, this is not going well for the lizards, certainly.
Incoming blitz. Gets the Crocs, of course, knocks him down. Armor break, KO'd, he's safe.
Yay! You're like, you're a second ahead of me again.
I will wait for this KO to time out then.
Yeah, I just skipped it, so you're good.
Okay.
It's just skipping animations. You probably do it a bit faster.
Yeah, probably.
Well, we're going to get another foul here. Probably not, actually. It's not a great foul. I think he's just trying to threaten the skinks.
The skinks can threaten him, though.
Yeah,
I mean, hit one of them.
You could blitz with the block guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to risk losing them, I think.
No lizard balls. Nope. Rerolls. Finds a POW. Hurt a goblin. Come on. Make it worth it. Nope. Armor 7. Too strong. See, that's the thing, though. Like, you wanted to get away from the troll, but now you're open to a massive foul if you want. And the goblins are happy to take that.
Yeah, make them work for it, I think.
I mean, at least if you stay on your feet, then the goblins have to block you first.
Oh, 1 in 9s into a push, so nothing spicy there.
Nope. But it is a goblin reroll, right? And like if you force the goblins to roll dice to block you over, at some point they might 1 in 9, and then you have a chance at hurting one or whatever.
Yep, like look, this Saurus is currently fine and on the ball, technically.
Yep. So that's why I wouldn't have dodged them away.
Yep.
Yeah. And are you going to get fouled by that extra goblin? Perhaps.
It's a guard goblin, but you don't really need the guard.
He's not going to. I feel like this is going to be a game of keep away the skinks for the next 5 turns.
Yeah, well, he can't escape this diving tackle guy. He's going to have to block him off.
Here's the source, the one source splits of the turn into a skull,
Oh, dub skull. Man, Leozar.
I know how you feel.
I feel for you, dude. Yeah.
This is how my goblin game went when I played goblins recently.
Oh man, I played goblins in the huge Jackman Cup and I got fucking annihilated every time.
I played halflings and I annihilated people. It was great. Not by winning,
Yeah.
just by hitting them with trees. It was fun.
You did KO Cup Killer by throwing a halfling at him.
Yep, certainly did. Right, we're probably gonna see some skink blitzes here with all these goblins getting thrown up on them. Here it comes. He's hitting the block one? No, he's hitting the bottom one.
He's trying to make it so that they don't have a good. That really stupid doesn't matter.
Nope.
Oh, that one.
That one did matter though.
Yep, means your guard piece is taking a hit.
And he can blitz this. He could blitz the Saurus free and go stand on top of the ball.
No, he blitzed the skink free because he wants the skink to survive, which is understandable.
I don't know. I probably would have blitzed the Saurus free and then tried to put him on the ball. Just to make
Because
it.
you like winning games. Leozar is clearly not trying to win.
Not anymore. Although I understand that. Like after how this first half went, he's probably just feeling pretty frustrated and doesn't want to make it worse, and is just sort of resigned to losing. It's a little sad, but it happens. Finds the POW in the skink. Of course he does.
Skink is fine for now.
So far.
Skink might get fouled.
Nope. Doesn't look like it. Hello again, cat.
All right. Do you want to fast forward this? This is not as spicy as I thought it would be, in that the goblins are just like totally running the field. So.
Oh, another Saurus goes down.
Just a stun.
Yeah, if you want, we can. That's fine.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a lot to be appreciated here from either player.
Not anymore. I feel like it's just going to be this goblin sitting at the touchdown line for another 2 turns and then scoring. So let's.
All right. Do you want to put
I'm going to just boop forward.
Screens.
I'm just gonna boop forward a couple turns.
I was just gonna quit the replay.
No, I'm just gonna click forward to see what the turns look like at the end of each one to make sure nothing crazy happens. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, the Saurus just staying on the ground, surrounded by players.
The Skinks escape.
Yep, nothing really happens.
The Saurus actually survive, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, the goblins score on turn 16, and the lizards get 1. But I don't think they do anything with it. They injure nobody, so I don't even think they get any SPP out of this, which is really unfortunate for Leozar.
Well, they get 2 SPP for injuring Wifey, but that's it. Yes.
Oh yes, I suppose that was not a self-injury. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put up the I'll put up the title screen so that we don't.
Our next game, yeah.
So that we don't spoil anything while we move over towards the next game that we want to take a look at from 9E. It's worth noting that the Looney got MVP from that game, so he's gonna level up, and
probably get dodge or block.
And a Blocksaurus got MVP from that, which also leveled him up.
All right, Goblins don't have general access. He's just gonna get dodge. Hey, look, he got dodge.
The Miss Next Game Saurus is the one that picked up MVP, and
he got Blodge though.
Yeah, he is a Blodgesaurus, which is pretty exciting.
I like Blodgesaurus. Spoilers. In turn 16 of my minors playoff game, my Blodgesaurus got AV busted, and I'm a little salty about it.
Yeah, the block dice for the goblins. I'm gonna pop this up again really quick. The block dice for the goblins were incredible. Look at this. That's ridiculous. Okay, now I will go find the game.
Wow, that is pretty nuts.
Yep. Okay, 9E.
Rex Longbone, it is not your game.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, let me get to the setting up part.
I am also doing the same.
My hair is nuts right now. Look how fuzzy I am.
I chopped off a bunch of mine, so my hair is less nuts.
I need to chop up some of mine still.
I am way less that 70 show in the back.
Okay.
Now, we picked one that, by all accounts, is very interesting.
Yep, so I'm paused at set up your team, so I'm going to pull us into the game. We are going to become small again, and you can see that it is CRBoyz and Arkangell. Arkangel's Will and CRBoyz Giant Stags. A good old-fashioned wood elf on wood elf action. Although there's tree versus no tree, right?
Yes, which is pretty big. It means 1 mighty blow hit and a kind of zone of safety for CRBoyz. So
Right.
ready?
Although the treeless team has the Mighty Blow War Dancer, which is a slightly more mobile Mighty Blow, which could even that up as well.
Is way more significant in this case.
So 3,
you want to give me a countdown?
2, 1, play. Yep. So there's a guard and there's a Mighty Blow War Dancer on the side over here, which is going to probably make up for that. And there's a lot of loners on.
CRBoyz is really sad that we are doing his game, I think.
Yeah. So like the players, like there's a lot of loners on CRBoyz' side, and but the upside is he gets a wizard. So that and wizards with wood elves makes a pretty big difference, especially since your opponent is armor 7. So there's always the option of like an attrition fireball if you happen to see a couple war dancers in a square next to each other. That is not unreasonable because armor 7. I'm looking forward to see if this tree accomplishes anything. Like, so the Mighty Blow isn't as relevant because the War Dancer Mighty Blow is certainly more relevant. But the thing that matters is that like it's a pretty immovable corner that he can like center his team around if he wants to. I think is the more important part there, the sort of zone of control as you mentioned. Was that
why did you
re-roll that? Oh, was that the misclick?
Is that a misclick? Oh. I think that was a misclick. I'm also...
That was also a misclick, I think.
Were you fucking high? Like, what the shit, dude? You're like, I'm gonna re-roll a POW and dodge a tree. Fuck you guys.
I'm not sure what's okay.
He's going for the 1-turn, which I see now.
Oh, I see.
The natural 1-turner, but
that makes sense.
Oh, he needed the push. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I got it. I think the tree was the accident though. And now I really want to see this tree never stand up again, just to punish you for it.
Fouled into the dirt. I mean, probably not.
Yeah, I forgot about the movement 9 Agi 5 catcher. It's a really good piece.
Oh, and the War Dancer eats a fat POW, but it's only a stun.
Thankfully, every time you see armor broken, it's
weird
so
that
scary.
He blitz with the tackle piece and not the Mighty Blow piece. I think he would blitz with the Mighty Blow piece basically every turn against Wood Elves. I mean, it's a War Dancer. It's not like it can't get to the key pieces. That's
true. I think the other thing is the tackle. A lot of the key pieces, like the ones you care about removing, already have dodge.
Yeah, but this is Wood Elves, right? You kind of just want to take out everyone.
And I suppose that's true. This is going to be such a weird game. There's so many like weird fast players that can just YOLO at the ball. And like you tried for the 1-turn. Now we've got Arkangell's nameless catcher just charging at the ball. Like I think this is going to be interesting.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know you can 1-turn. I was just surprised you were doing it as your first turn. Like it's unusual to see people try to 1-turn on turn 1. That's all. Fails the.
Told you it was going to happen. Told you it was going to happen. He was going to stay down and then knock it back up.
We have never watched a CRBoyz game. I don't think.
I don't know.
You're gonna try to long bomb this bad boy?
I really hope so.
No, you can't. It's half the pitch. I don't think you have the range. Oh, now you do.
Yep, go for it. I like it.
That's a 4+ pass.
The fact that it's a 4+ pass is gross. Agi 5, man. Yeah! Boom! Can't get the 1-turn. Makes it a 2-turn instead. 1-0.
You know it's effectively a 1-turn.
Oh man, Wood Elf matchups are so funny.
It's so dumb. I mean, I think that is the conventional wisdom as Wood Elves, is just score as often as humanly possible when you're elves versus elves.
Oh, certainly. I mean, every matchup when you're Wood Elves is an attrition matchup, so you just try to score as much as possible before you lose too many players and hope that it works out in the end.
Yeah. Though that said, the CRBoyz are now down to 1 reroll.
Yeah, on turn 2 or 3, I guess, for him. He still has his wizard, so like if Arkangell doesn't match like 1 turn for 1 turn here, CRBoyz can continuously like 1 turn or like 2 turn at least, and then if Arkangell doesn't 1 turn, you've got the lightning bolt option to prevent the 1 turn, and if you can recover or prevent like the 2 turn, I mean, and then if you can recover, you get the one touchdown advantage, right?
I think you'd want to go for the LOS Mighty Blow hit here again. Like you can protect your War Dancer pretty well afterwards. That said, extra reroll is super nice to CRBoyz, and failing a 2+ pickup is your first action of the game, or first action of the turn rather. Is,
so there goes the reroll.
Yeah.
Well,
rerolls giveth and taketh away.
Yeah, using the tackle guy again. Finds a POW anyway. Yeah, he started with 1 reroll. Well, because you started with a tree, didn't you, right? Or you started... oh, I don't remember.
Ooh, gets a tackle hit on the plus agi.
That's the
MNG.
the 1-turner catcher, and he's MNG'd, so that's really scary for the rest of this game.
Oh, it's the plus agi plus movement catcher. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, he's a huge target, and the fact that he's gone is really big for Arkangell.
Well, yeah, he was open to the blitz, so was not safe. It was a risky apple on the MNG, yeah.
Well, he's also he's niggled as well, like he was before.
Oh, he was niggled before?
Yeah.
Oh, he's niggled already, you mean?
Yes.
He's already... Yeah, okay. Before, I thought you meant before, like, the first apple roll.
There's the fireball. Oh! Injured the War Dancer. That's a good start.
Slow down. You're ahead of me.
Okay.
Not Driz Duerden. I like that he's a ball hawk, by the way. It seems appropriate. Ooh, we appoed the badly hurt War Dancer. Both teams playing for the win.
Seems that way. Although that's the only thing you get out of the attrition fireball. Getting a War Dancer is big, but you really like. I understand the fireball there. That's a guard piece. That's the catcher, and that's a War Dancer. Like those are really high value targets. The fact that only one of them went down is unfortunate.
I like a minimum of 4 if I'm going to do an attrition fireball against what else.
I mean, you'd like that, but those were
3 key pieces.
Those were 3 key pieces, though. It's a lineman with guard.
Lineman. Yeah, look, you punch the lineman and he dies. You had a punch on it. Just hit it. It's fine. Ooh, he niggled. Oh, niggled the guard piece right after he used the Apo.
Yeah.
Punished.
War Dancer blitz. Just a push.
Commits one of his 2 rerolls. So yeah, rip rerolls. What else? Got rerolls and immediately spent them.
It's fine. That's what rerolls are for. This is such a weird game. I like it.
It's just fucking manic. Like, with the pace of the reroll combined with the franticness of the elf action, like,
yeah,
it's pretty serious.
Immediate punish on that Apo. This is, yeah, there's just so much, like, elf nonsense / elves trying to do weird elf things at each other. Like, instant blitz on that War Dancer. Mighty blow piece this time. So we could see...
It's a POW. Uh-oh.
Nope, he's okay.
You're ahead of me. God damn it.
Sorry. You're normally ahead of me, so we'll just leave it and you'll probably catch up.
Looks like he's going for a pass to this catcher. Makes a lot
That's
of sense.
dangerous. It's right on the sideline. If he fails this, it could scatter
it's a
poorly.
1 in 36. Oh, and he does fail it.
Thankfully, the scatter worked, or the scatter didn't punish him. It was a 3 and 8 to scatter out there.
You can't play around 1 in 36s is what else.
I mean, that's true, I guess. I just don't like passing to someone on the sideline, because if it fails...
Surf's up indeed.
Oh.
Goodbye, Starcatcher. It was nice knowing you.
Well,
if Ornan knows anything, it Surfs, it turns out.
he's okay, though.
He is fine.
Weirdly bashy Wood Elf game. I mean, that's what happens. Well, when you fail a 1 in 36 and don't get a chance to dodge out your players, they're going to get hit. We haven't seen a tree do anything yet, and he has a block, so he'll probably take one at some point. Nope. Well, you still get to take root. You still get to block, but the take root is... This tree is not being friendly.
Insufferably useless, yes.
You got an injury, though. You did a thing, tree! You made up for your super high price tag by injuring a lineman.
It was a block lineman, at least.
That's true.
Wasn't totally worthless. Agi 5 doing Agi 5 things.
And out it goes.
Rip ball.
Goodbye.
It was nice knowing you, Ball. I'm gonna go to space now, says the other elves.
Space? Space?
It's true. This right side of the field is
Space.
incredibly in CRBoyz' control. So
Yep. And this is, yeah.
that was a 1-die block. Spicy.
Well, let's see what we do here.
Ball is still open to a blitz, I think.
It's open. I mean, he can 1-die.
No, not really. Oh yeah, you can do a 1-die with a dodge.
Yeah, he's good. Or he can make it a 2-die if he wants to throw more dodges, but I don't think he does. And it's a 1-die against like Blodge with nothing, so it's not exactly great.
Oh no, it's a 2-die. It's a strength 2 catcher.
Oh, I always forget that Wood Elf catchers are strength 2.
Yes, because they'd be fucking busted otherwise.
I know, but I always forget that. Doesn't find the POW. He's got somebody on the ball. Not that it really matters because they're Wood Elves.
I mean, it's still a 1 in 36 chance, but yeah, I mean, you're
that's
probably
true.
just gonna block him off.
And you probably want to try to find a... Well, your Mighty Blow guy is not on the field right now, right? So
No, the Mighty Blow guy's right here.
why am I not seeing him?
Literally the War Dancer in the middle of the field.
Oh, there. I don't know why I could not see him.
He's
Whatever.
the one constantly jiggling around, half naked.
I know. I was looking at the other word answer for some reason.
Oh, blitzes through the catcher. That's not gonna get rid of the dodge, because you don't get a knockdown.
Makes the dodge and scores. 2-0. CRBoyz Giants Stags. Although there were 2 players that were pushed off the field or like removed from the field but didn't get injured, so they are going to be back now.
Yeah, we mentioned that, Ornan, is that the tree just kind of makes this like safe zone that is always going to be in CRBoyz' control, even if he's not really doing a whole lot.
Yeah. We talked at the start about how it's a Mighty Blow hit, which is at least partially relevant. It's less relevant than the Mighty Blow from the War Dancer, but the big deal is the fact that he has like sort of a guaranteed safe space, as it were, to get to if he wants. I'm just commenting on how like the first thing the tree did was fail, and the second thing the tree did was fail. So
It's true.
Good job, tree. And the third thing the tree did was fail, actually, if we count the take root. Yeah, the tree will be back for this drive, certainly, or en route for this drive. Oh,
Hey, girl.
thanks.
Is it gonna pop up on stream?
Yep, and it'll say, "Hey, girl," and it did.
Excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate the support. You.
You continue to owe me beers when you show up.
That's true. It's fine.
It's true. Take root is not a skill if you switch sides constantly. If your
Yeah,
drive
certainly.
is 2 turns long every time. It is 2-0 on turn 4, which is actually what happened to me the last time I played Wood Elves, but that was more
Touchback is good for
nonsense
this
related.
if he's going to try to attempt a 1-turn here. Although I don't think he will. He's just giving it to the thrower, so it'll be likely a 2-turn, or at least an attempt at a 2-turn. He's still got his movement catcher available, so I imagine this is going to be like blitz a hole open and then dump Wood Elves in the backfield and then use the thrower to throw at whichever Wood Elf happens to be free.
Just is done though. Covering things up, keeping the War Dancer safe. Would have probably moved the War Dancer up a bit more, but I guess you want to keep him safe from these other pieces. Got a catcher in position.
Yeah, it was
Not
pretty
to
unlucky
score, but
on the touchback.
ooh, GFI, spicy.
Uh,
Oh, fails a dodge. Rerolls.
And fails again. There's
1
been
in
a lot
36.
of 1 in 36s so far. More than you'd expect. I mean, you'd expect them 1 in 36 times, I guess, and I'm pretty sure there have been less than 36 attempts at 1 in 36 things. Words are good.
Yeah, thus far, Arkangell has had some tough dice, to be sure.
I mean, they haven't necessarily been bad overall. Just the ones have happened to occur right in a row, which turns out to be really bad when you have reroll skills.
I see a fair number of touchbacks with the kick skill off Ornan. I find people get kind of greedy with it. Oh, flop on the ground.
Huh.
Oh, makes it the second time though.
Both down is good enough. Word answer has the ball. It fails a dodge.
But 1 in 30, or not 1 in 36. That was a 3+ dodge. 1 in 9's it.
Well, you got the ball, but you lost it immediately. So now the other Wood Elves are just going to pick it up and leave. Yep. Oh, the thrower's not going to take it, though. Who is he going to take it with? Probably the catcher?
Pass it off to this lineman and catch, or this catcher and score, I should say.
I think that's likely what he's going to do, but I'm just wondering who he is going to pick the ball up with. And I would say probably
Apparently
the catcher.
Plus movement, nameless catcher.
Yeah, he gets him to handoff range, makes him and he doesn't have to use a loner for it or anything. I don't think he has a loner, actually.
Takes his free blitz on the Agi piece. Ooh, goes with, I guess with the reroll with the blodge piece, pretty safe.
Yep. Nope.
Not rewarded with an Kaz, though.
I imagine we're going to see a touchdown here. Boom. 2-1. This is like the most score I've ever had in any game I've ever played, and we're on turn 6. These elves.
Yeah, Squiggy's word answer was notorious until something happened to him. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Who did that again? Whatever.
It was in the playoffs, I think.
Yeah, some guy like Orman or something. I think he ended up winning.
I think he fouled, or I don't know.
Did he win that? I don't remember.
Yeah, it doesn't really ring a bell. I don't think he was very important.
Oh, it's fine. We're slowly running out of elves.
Left? But yeah, I mean, they're 3 players down so far.
Yeah.
You were a different person then. I understand.
We were all different that long ago. In the before times.
Not really setting up to defend against the 1 turn here. Leaves himself open to the you have to do kind of a little bit of dodging, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And if I know CRBoyz from the last 5 minutes of footage that I've watched, he is going to 1 turn. Or at least
probably.
He's going to give it a shot. That said, he's got no rerolls. It's not an easy 1 turn.
No. And I think he wants the catcher.
Oh, and he doesn't have his plus movement catcher, right?
Well, he has the movement 8 catcher, but I think he would want him on the line if he was going to try to 1 turn with the catcher.
Oh, who got that reroll?
Although with that
CRBoyz. Wow.
With
CRBoyz has been gifted 2 rerolls and he's still almost down to 0.
With CRBoyz being as like 1 turn happy as he is, he's going to be really pleased to pick up grab on that tree man to make them so like much nicer.
Yep. Well, that was a catcher on the line. I don't know if that was intentional.
That is true. There is 2 turns remaining, so 1
that.
turning is kind of dumb. You want to try to 2 turn here.
That is a fair point.
Yeah, you don't want to give your opponent chance at it.
Yeah, but 1 turning with 8 turns left enough to be able to force your opponent to score.
And then 1 turn again.
Yeah, so like this is the kind of pacing he'd expect and want out of a Wood Elf game. So
yeah,
but yeah, he definitely has a history.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bad pickup fail. Luckily, he got that goddamn reroll.
So many free rerolls. Why are you so aggressive? Jeez. Yeah, hands off to the yeah.
Oh.
Piece of shit getting rerolls. Fuck that guy.
He greed rerolls all the time, and it makes me salty. Never punished. It doesn't matter. He's fine.
Yep. Hands off to the Agi lineman so that he has that Agi 5 pass ready to go.
Yep. He's just gonna, and then Arkangell's will is just gonna try to make this as hard as possible.
Yep.
Gets a tackle piece on the ball.
This is where you wish you had disturbing presence. If only elves could get mutations.
Ooh. Well, he's got a reroll. Probably worth spending it.
Yeah. You want to put tackle zone. There's no Nerves of Steel or anything on that catcher, so you want to put tackle zones on him to make it as rough as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. He's not gonna. He's probably not gonna try the 3+. 3+. I don't know. It's gonna be more than a 3+ catch on this lineman with loner. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's probably going to want to use the ward answer to block off one of the two pieces that is putting a tackle zone on her to the catcher and then throw the ball to the catcher, as I imagine what he'll probably
Fortunately, Gwyn, whatever, has sidestep, so it's incredibly unlikely you're going to get rid of him unless you foul him.
Tree takes root again, because he is such a useful tree. He's just blocking.
For the tackle smack on the star catcher, gets it. Oh, not a tackle smack. That needed a pow. That was ambitious.
Oh, he got it.
He did. Is he gonna foul him? He is.
I like it. Hey, that's
scoring.
Well, he's already winning, right? And so he's already ahead.
Oh,
and if he can remove that piece, it's going to be really good for him in the future.
Wow, he goes for the loner. I mean, I guess that's the most likely candidate, but
it is now that he didn't knock somebody off the catcher. All right, here we go. Long bombs again. Makes it. Maybe. Catch.
Yep. Wow. 3-1.
Holy crap. I like it.
Wood elves are stupid, and I want you to all stop playing them. This is nonsense. No one's having any fun here. Imagine if this was a lizard coach. Just feel a little pity. Feel a little self-respect and stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I mean the foul could have been rewarded really hard because that's a pretty important piece. Like you've already lost your movement catcher, so removing your opponent's movement catcher is going to even things up a little bit. It makes his one turns a lot harder. I mean, obviously still doable because wood elves, right? But like movement 9 makes it quite a bit, and sprint blah 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 makes it quite easier than movement 8 and sprint. That's one less push.
Yeah, we'll see what Arkangell can do. He does, like you said, have the nameless movement 9 catcher. So
yeah, I think it was probably a worthwhile foul. If you weren't already ahead, I don't think I would have done it. Like if you were 1-1, I probably would have prioritized the score over the foul. Because if you're half-ended there and you were like 1-1, that could have been bad. But the fact that it was already 2-1, I think it was worth it to make the foul. And then if you could make it 3-1, that's just gravy on top.
Yeah, so I think had that the kickoff events are just churning out fouls or rerolls, I should say. I think had that score been a little easier to manage, I would have tried it. But
Skull.
You're way ahead of me.
Oh, sorry.
Like 15 seconds.
The half just ended.
Yes, the half. I just got the skull because he was trying to get literally one push and he couldn't manage.
Yeah. Well, half 2 starting now. Setting up. Am I still ahead?
Yes. They are setting up now.
Tell me when the other team starts setting up.
Okay. So currently CRBoyz is setting up. CRBoyz has set up. Arkangell is setting up.
Okay. We should be mostly even now. Yeah, the Apo is also gone. Is a big help to the fact that you're fouling there. I like the foul. I think it was good.
But also not punished, so yeah.
Even if it was punished, I think it was okay. Like, kick, blitz. Ooh, spicy tree blitz. Oh, no, you're disappointing me, tree. I mean, I suppose it makes way more sense to blitz with, like, the ward answer, but come on. I wanted to see the tree blitz.
Do I think your elf screen is too high? I mean, it's just that it's lopsided, so inevitably it's not going to work out because he has kick. Like, this blitz is incredibly lucky, but even with it, he could be real far down your half.
Yeah, blitzing the catcher again. Gonna try to makes it a 3-die, which is super worth it.
Yeah, I wouldn't deploy.
Oh, that's really big.
I haven't seen the result, but I assume it's an injury. Nameless is injured. That is big.
I'll let the injury time out.
Okay, I have caught up probably.
Ball has just touchbacked.
Which makes marking the thrower not terribly worthwhile. Oh, look, it's in the War Dancer's hand. I am surprised.
I mean, so, like, Blitz was lucky. Touchback made up for that, I guess. I mean, you lost your catcher, but you also got to, like, you know, the thrower. You don't have to deal with the thrower being marked. You can just kind of give it to someone who's unmarked and then walk forward and make up a whole bunch of ground there.
I like this spicy one-die mighty blow hit as you walk by with the ball.
In Elf's Green, like, it depends on what team you're playing, I think, right? Like, elves versus elves, especially when your opponent has a mighty blow piece, it's probably worth it to sort of defend in the, like, you know, rule of 5 type of thing, because the mighty blow is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, set a bit farther back so that you don't make it easy for the War Dancer to run around.
Or you can do like the weird sort of chevron screens, like the ones that are like 2 like sort of pointy arrows, and then you can keep like at least your good players protected, while still also kind of screening. It's a nice little compromise. Elf cage. Yeah, this is. Kick is not doing a thing. Well, it is doing a thing, but it's doing bad things. Here comes the strip. That War Dancer does not have sure hands, so the ball is going to go down.
No, you don't give War Dancer sure hands usually.
No, but I was just checking. I wasn't sure if he had it or not. Funny where you re-roll like a defender stumbles into a push, and that's a good thing.
So this is very much a mixed result. Scatter.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a 4+ pickup, so it was pretty unlikely. But
yeah, 50%, and yeah, it's in 2 tackle zones from each team, so it's about as even as it could have gotten in terms of fairness.
You get you're gonna get some blocks off here, which will help.
Yeah, so you can. There's removing at least one of the tackle zones from it, and then you have a block on the other one, so you can probably remove both.
No, it's a catcher though.
And a failed dodge.
Real bad. This tree has tripped up 2 elves in 2 turns.
Yeah, the tree seems to be doing great as long as you don't tell him to do anything. If you tell that tree that he has a job, then he fails it. But if you just leave him be, he trips up elves all day. So clearly the point I'm giving you here is don't let your tree do anything.
Oh, that was a failed 4+4+, 75% chance.
Yeah. And he already used a reroll for the dodge.
Good scatter, but it's going to be pretty easy to clear. I guess it's going to be hard to clear the. Oh, there's the take route.
Durr. Good job, tree.
It is the most tree-like tree.
Yeah, this tree knows how to be a tree very well.
I'm guessing that Blodge is about to do a thing. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't go up towards the loner. This tree just wants to be a tree. He scatters the ball. Ball goes into the War Dancer's hand, but it was a 5+ catch, so of course he failed it.
I thought you were going to say, so of course he caught it.
There was a 6+ catch by a werewolf in the Miners playoff game today. So many failed dodges.
Oh my gosh. Just dodge failing city. But both of these elves are just now like...
throwing ones at each other?
Yeah, rooting themselves to the ground and letting the ball bounce around. Yeah, you're like 2 seconds ahead now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Block just resulted in a stumble.
There. Seeing the War Dancer blitz on the War Dancer, finds a POW.
Yep.
Ooh, and an armor break and an injury.
There we go.
Huge injury.
We lost, it's been a while since we've lost an elf.
So that is all War Dancers gone for CRBoyz. Oh, and a score.
Yep. He freed up the ball from the tackle zone and has made it 2-3. Half 1 was a lot more intense. There's a lot of elf stuff, and then half 2 is the elves being like, we're tired from elfing in half 1. Let's just let the ball roll around for a bit and like maybe lie down some.
Yep. So yeah, CRBoyz is out of War Dancers. He only had one to start with, I believe, because his other one was injured.
Arkangel's Will still has 2, but he only has 7 players.
Yeah, I agree. It's only a 50-50 to Apo anything other than a badly hurt into a no casualty. So it's usually not worth it unless you. No, I mean it's usually not worth it unless that player is going to be paced.
Yeah, if it's like you use your Apo for like badly hurts to keep them in the game, or on players that you really don't want to die because they're super good. Like those are kind of the 2 main options.
Yarp.
Well,
you've missed a hell of a lot of elven nonsense. From both sides, if I'm honest, and now CRBoyz has had a bit of a bad streak of luck. And why are there so many rerolls?
And why are there so many weird kicks? Okay, that one wasn't a touchback, but it was close. Hey, look, guess what CRBoyz did? He set up his team to do a 1-turn. Surprise!
I just don't understand. This is like the 7th reroll that's been handed out. They're like candy to what else?
Oh,
but
punished.
Did he get a trip skull? Holy
yep.
shit.
He tried to go for the 1-turn, rerolled the down into a trip skull, and he's punished.
Oh hey, high-low is high-low now.
Oh, you fixed it.
That was a thing of beauty, CRBoyz.
That was so good. Time for 1-turns. Nope, fuck you.
Every time you waste a reroll, I give you a trip skull.
I mean, he wanted to get the 1-turn, so it wasn't really a waste.
I don't care.
Trip skulls are not exactly that likely. Although I suppose like he needed a push. He didn't. He couldn't. He needed a push. He couldn't have like a both down or something.
Yeah, I mean, if you take enough risks, eventually it's going to bite you in the ass. Though not usually that spectacularly.
Yeah, that was really funny.
It's true. Even Wood Elf 1-turns are not the most likely thing in the world.
I mean, they're less unlikely when you have a movement 9 catcher to do them with, but the movement 9 catcher has been out for a while, so the movement 8 is still possible, but it's less likely because you need more pushes.
So this is looking to be an easy score for Arkangell. Not much you can do against this.
Spicy tree blitz. Failed it.
I really wanted him to take root. Does he trip skull?
No.
I'm not there yet. Oh, he fails the GFI. And he doesn't reroll it, and he stuns himself on the death floor.
Yep. Oh man, I'm glad we watched this. This is a silly game.
Yeah, it's true. Thinking about it as a 1 in, what's 36 times 6, Ben? You have a math degree. Thinking of it as that is a mistake. It's actually a 1 in 27.
200 and something? 216?
It's not a 1 in 216, it is a 1 in 27. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Do what you want. Ornan's just trying... the, like, shortcomings of trying to 1-turn all the time, because even elf 1-turns are a risky game.
The fun part about all that is that it's still just 3-3 and it's tied.
I hate elves. Like, they both have, like, 4 players left. I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it.
One of these days I will play elves. I've made a high elf team a long time ago and I've never done anything with it. One day I will try elves and I will be really bad at them because I'm used to playing like Nurgle.
I've only played dark elves, which aren't actual elves. They're just punchier, speedy orcs.
Perfect defense. So you can move your players away from the tree. Why was your thrower on the line? I feel like
you didn't want to put a catcher on the line.
Oh,
Wood
that's
elf
true.
throwers are not the most high priority pieces, so
I suppose that's true. They kind of start with what they care about, which is pass. And you can pass with anybody with, Agi4.
We haven't played elves because elves are scary, and I don't like being good at this game. I just like hitting things, so I hit things.
I don't play elf teams. I play punchy teams. You know, I play orcs and.
I mean, I play pitch control teams, so I just like I like that aspect of the game.
Yeah, I like the sort of the block puzzle, right? Where can we put guard pieces? Where can we put my high strength pieces to make their blocks harder, to make my blocks easier, to push people around, to free up players, that kind of stuff. And that you don't get to do that as much with elves because you just roll 2+ to move people away.
Yeah, I know Rex Longbow. That's why I played them. I played Dark Elves because they are kind of a pitch control team. They're like the elfiest pitch control team, but.
I play Bash, yeah.
I do not play Bash. Bash is for uncultured louts.
Yeah, like myself. That was a successful loner reroll, by the way, when he only had one.
Because he's trying to pass to the Agi. Yes, okay. He's trying to pass to the Agi 5 guy.
Yeah, but I'm just
the
saying.
Agi 5 guy can be safe for a pass later on.
Yep. I know, I'm just saying that he had one reroll and he used it on a loner guy and it worked. I was just calling it out.
I've played some hybrid Ornin, like Necromantic, some other stuff. I don't know. It's okay.
No, the fastest team I'm currently playing is Undead, and that's because ghouls.
I am a lizard coach at heart.
Play Nurgle orcs. I'm playing Undead now.
Blitz the scoring threat, KO'd it. Unfortunately, it's 1 SPP from a level, so that really stings. He's trying to stall this out to avoid a loss. Well, maybe finding an opening to score.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to. It's not too difficult for him to turn at any point from here on out. You just put people in scoring range, and then next turn you throw it at them. So he wants to like run down the clock a turn or two to make it so that his opponent only has the 1-turn chance rather than a 2-turn chance to tie it up. Because as we've seen, 1 turns can fail. It's less likely that 2 turns fail.
I think if my orc team or my lizard team ever implodes, I'll go for a Norse rerun in REBBL. I think I would probably enjoy Norse a lot, as they are kind of a tempo pitch control-y kind of team.
I don't know what my next team will be
with a bit of Bash mixed in.
I feel like my Nurgle are gonna last a while though.
I mean, your Nurgle are just getting to the point where they're fun and good, so I don't know why you'd stop playing them now.
Oh, I'm only gonna stop playing them if they implode.
Yeah, it's true, CRBoyz. You did only have one option at a time, so I mean, the tackle War Dancer is just blitzing that option every turn.
Yep, that's basically what he's.
That was just kind of like a Hail Mary pass.
I mean, kind of. You still have a chance at like. I mean, so what do you do as Arkangell here? Do you try to pick up the ball, or do you blitz the ball carrier or the ball threat?
You blitz with your War Dancer. Well, you rather block with your War Dancer to get him into scoring range. You move this catcher into scoring range, and you pick up the ball and try to get it to that person. Maybe not this turn, but next turn. Oh, he's throwing it to the War Dancer.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was my question, right? It was like, do you try to do the pick up and throw it to the War Dancer and run away, or do you use the War Dancer to blitz the scoring threat in case? So
I was like, oh yeah, I knew you did that on purpose. I was like, oh, do you do it in like, how do you do this in 2 turns? But I always forget that every one of every Wood Elf piece is the most agile, mobile thing in the world. So you can just do this in 1 turn. You can have the ball literally the entire length of the pitch.
Yeah, yeah. But like, my only thing was that if that failed, he lost the game instantly because his opponent has a lineman, just there, and the ball is right there. So like, but if you didn't use the War Dancer as part of the throw there, the War Dancer would have had to be the one blitzing that lineman. So it's kind of a trade-off. Do you decide to, do I want to win, or do I want to stop my opponent from winning?
How can you not be commenting on this spicy tree blitz?
Spicy tree blitz. I had to finish my thought first. And the tree gets an injury out of it, right? So that puts him at 4 SPP.
You could have done both. You could have... Yeah, you're always a failed pickup from losing the game. That's true. You could have blitzed the dodge lineman and tried to get him down before doing all this nonsense, because that was pretty safe. And you didn't need to blitz with the War Dancer. It just made things a little safer. But yeah,
but I mean, I'm saying
it worked out. So
I'm a
whatever.
safe player. I probably would have done the safe thing.
And now it is 4-3 for Arkangell.
Yes.
After being down 3-1 at halftime.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Well, CRBoyz is a one-turn machine. Let's see if he can even it up.
Well, I didn't actually see that game, Orton. It was the only one I've missed so far, which was Doof versus Little Star, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Little Starlfer.
Yeah. So I have to play Doof again because Doof is my next opponent in that, and that's going to be rough because I'm down a source.
Yeah, I have to. I'm playing FD probably tomorrow, and then the winner of that will be playing Teton. So if I win, I'll be playing Teton again. He's the person I played most recently.
Oh yeah, not getting the catcher back is bad. He doesn't have a movement 8 piece.
Yep. So like that one turn becomes incredibly difficult, if even possible.
Impossible, I think. Yeah. I mean, I've played Doof before. I think I'll be okay. It's going to be tough down a source, but I might be able to merc one. I'm going to have to see what my inducements are like. I hear he utterly annihilated the Wood Elves in what can only be described as a spectacular dicing.
If I go up against Teton again, I really hope my dice behave a little bit better. Like, he was just commenting the whole game about how my block dice were garbage. I was like, yep, that's true. So I hope they're a bit more even when I go up against him in this round. I'm gonna beat FD first.
Teton's a pretty nice guy, so
yes. I'm gonna go up against FD first, and that's a terrifying Dwarf team. So, well, that's probably going to be that, because I don't think he can score here. So he's just going to see if he can pick up some SPP. I'm surprised he didn't try with the tree, because the tree is 2 SPP from leveling.
I know this was an attempt at the one turn. He just rolled a defender stumble, so he couldn't do it. So now he's just punching.
Fair enough. Tree is close to leveling, so that would have been nice if he could have gotten it. But yeah, trying for the win is probably more important.
Well, and he fails the throw just to add insult to injury.
4-3. Nameless the catcher picks up MVP to put him a touchdown away from level 5, which is pretty big.
Yep. And a dodge lineman gets closer to blodge.
Yep. So there we go. And now we can spoil the rest of the matches for you, because we're not going to be watching them. But we can go. We can go take a look at.
Let's start with 9E because we're here, I guess.
Oh, I already moved over, but I can go back to 9E. It's
no,
fine.
It's 9D.
Okay, good. We're doing things my way.
You prissy bastard.
So they haven't rolled yet, right? So this is the results from this week.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you blew it, CRBoyz. Like, there were some mistakes, but you were gonna have a tough time going into the second half with no word answer versus 2 word answers. Like, he could walk all over you. There was not a lot you could do about it.
The one turn attempt where you trip skulled was bad. I don't know if like attempting the one turn there was needed. I mean, it was certainly okay, but the fact that like that failing really, really punished you, because that's what brought it to 3-3. Pretty easily. So if you had maybe not tried the one turn there, you could have slowed it down a little bit, maybe made it 4-2, or at least kept it at 3-2. Anyway, 9D, Drats Rats, Bomb Bay Week, which is a bye week, so nothing there. Ladder Climbers and Union United have not played yet either. Did we predicted something for that, right? We predicted Pro Elves, but they haven't played yet, so we can't really say anything about it.
Yeah, we predicted the Pro Elves would win. This was being kind of admin earlier, so I'm not really sure what the deal is. I think it was a win for the Union United. It's just not in there yet.
Voodoo and Royalton Circus looks like it might be. We were concerned last week that Voodoo might have vanished, and I think they might have, because they haven't played it yet still. So moving on. Redeemed Dark Elves and the Average Rice Joes.
Yeah, so we assumed that the Lizards would win because the Lizards are at the top of the leaderboard, right behind Jeff at the top of the leaderboard. But they didn't. They tied, so we were wrong.
Yeah. Chalk one up to the death floor or whoever our opponent is here. Lizards, yeah, 1-1 tie. Lizards picked up MVP on a Saurus, which puts him 1 SPP away from leveling, which is a little sad. Same for the the Dark Elves. They're 1 SPP away from leveling a lineman.
Yep.
The Lizards got some SPP out of it, though, so presumably they hurt some elves, and they definitely did with 2 kills inflicted.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, they just got 4 SPP for 2 kills, so.
And 2 injuries.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, those Dark Elves are stacking a lot of AV7 for Dark Elves, so.
The Lizards had 26s and 7 1s.
Wow.
Yeah.
I assume some of those were injury dice.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Dark Elves passed 70% of dodges, which is not a good indication. Though the Dark Elves block dice were excellent.
Yes.
Unless they were hitting dodge pieces. Though the average Rice Joe's blocking dice, it's worth noting, were terrible.
Yeah, they really were. Well, would you rather have good D6s or good block dice?
Good block dice. You're a pitch control team.
Yes.
You don't need to roll D6s.
So would I. So maybe that's why we saw a tie here instead of a win.
Yep.
Foul targets and armor furnace.
So this doesn't count. We said the Wood Elves would win. This was an admin tie. There was a disconnect on Armor Furnace's side, and both coaches decided not to replay the match. So it was admin as a tie. I'm not taking a hit for that. That's not a real game.
Fair enough. Something. So yeah, there's some weird disconnect shenanigans that happened there. Unfortunately, it
Armor
happens.
Furnace lost power, as I recall, like on turn like 2 or turn like very early.
That's unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. So I guess.
Yep.
But we can't claim that as a win or a loss for either of us, I suppose.
Yep. And the High Elves get a bye week, as we said.
None of these games are real. There's been one game so far.
Lower divisions, man. Catcher got MVP on the High Elves. Really nice. Captain Zoom now has... Oh, he hasn't leveled up yet. I guess it just got processed. Doug the Blitzer has gained 5 SPP, which is always nice.
Jeff tied armor furnace and foul targets. Yeah, it's the that was what we were just talking about. There was it was an admin tie essentially because armor furnace disconnected and they elected to just call it a tie instead of replaying it.
Foul targets chose not to play the match, as I recall. Yes, and then we have the Las Vegas Lizard Gizzards versus the Goblins.
Yeah, we watched this earlier. Yeah, it was a really good first half for the Goblins, and they just managed to injure enough Lizards that the Lizards couldn't do a whole lot, and they spent their second half just trying to stay alive rather than trying to win the game, unfortunately. Fortunately, the Looney picked up MVP and leveled, so he's grabbed Dodge, which is really good. And one of the Saurus that already had block leveled up, and he rolled doubles and picked up Dodge, so that's a Blodge Saurus.
Blodge Saurus is amazing.
Yeah, too bad he's out for his next game, unfortunately. But the game after that, so week 13 or whatever, or week 12, you will have your Blodge Saurus, which hopefully will do some good work for you.
Yep, and let's look at next week's schedule.
Yeah. I was gonna look at the leaderboard first.
Yeah, we can do that. Leaderboard is, hey, look, Jeff's at top.
Certainly is, and he's probably staying there, especially with the average Rice Joe's tie. If he had won that, he would have been 7-3, which is 1 point behind Jeff. But with that draw, it puts you back a little bit compared to Jeff in the foul targets. So even more in the foul targets favor for this one. I think the average Rice Joe's could there's still a couple games left, so there's the possibility for him or the cheeky elves to get there, but Jeff is putting a little bit of distance between him and his opponents.
Yeah, Ornan, I'm not sure. I haven't been following the Stunty Cup overall, the Stunty place. I think there's an ogre team that's been doing really well.
I can actually tell you, it's 2 goblin teams, if I recall correctly, that are both doing fairly well. It's Ravenpoe, unsurprisingly.
Ravenpoe is playing goblins and is tearing people up. I forgot about that.
Unsurprisingly, Ravenpoe is doing well, but there's another goblin team that's actually doing pretty good. I don't remember which one it is right now, but there are 2 goblin teams that are doing well. My internet, or my Chrome just crashed on me for some reason. So I might have just lost something. No, we're back. Sorry about that. I probably missed some chat or something, but we're good. Like it's moving into the schedule. For
Yeah,
next
Razor
week.
Sharp. A lot of people, or some people rather, come straight into. So yeah, there is some. There's always going to be some attrition in the lower leagues, but I think there's been an abnormally high amount this season for REBBL.
Yeah, some people just jump into the fresh divisions, having not gone through the rookie league, or some people they'll play a team like a fresh team, and if they get imploded in the first couple of games, they say screw it and they just leave instead of sticking it out. So
it's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Jeff, that's gonna be a really cool game. Make sure you let us know when that is. I will probably be in a different continent, but it would be cool for Ben to watch it. And I mean, yeah, Lizards versus Wood Elves is normally a match the Wood Elves are happy to have. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
So shall we get into the predictions?
Yep. We've got Armor Furnace and Drats Rats.
So this is a Mighty Blow spamming Chaos team versus Skaven.
Yeah, and the Chaos have they've gotten enough levels here, I think, where that it's probably going to be hard for the Rats to survive. There's at least there's a block Tackle Beastman, which is going to be big, and there's a block Mighty Blow Chaos Warrior, and then just a lot of Mighty Blow besides that. So I think I think I have to give this to the Mighty Blow.
Sorry, I was being your Zunk. Yeah, I would agree. I think the Chaos are going to take this.
Cheeky Elves and Average Rice Joes. These are both teams that are. This is also a reasonable match. It's 6-4-0 versus 6-2-2. So I mean the Average Rice Joes really want to win this to catch up a little bit to Jeff. But if the Cheeky Elves win this, they're also going to catch up a little bit. So it's a big match for both teams, I would say.
It's true. I think given the skills at hand and the fact that the High Elves have a fresh Blitzer, and like other than that, they don't have a ton of really important development. Like High Elves take a really long time to get going. They only have 2 rerolls still. I would give this to the Lizards, I think.
The Lizards did just get beaten up by the Goblins a little bit. They're missing a Saurus, and that's one of their only 3 block Saurus. So
that's true. He did, or no, never mind. I'm thinking of the other team.
He's only gonna have 2 block Saurus going into that game. And the High Elves
you're thinking of it's Average Race Joes.
I was thinking of the Las Vegas Lizard because I'm sorry.
This is the Lizard team with 4 block Saurus, 2 of which have Mighty Blow. Like he's doing the Mighty Blow spam thing.
So yes,
and 2
Lizards.
diving tackle sidestep skinks. This Lizard team is well set up to take apart Elves.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong Lizard team. I go with Lizards here. If it was Las Vegas Lizards, I would give it to the Cheeky Elves. But if it's Average Race Joes, we will give it to them.
I am going to Japan because I've always wanted to go. It just seems like a cool place to check out. My partner and I are both interested in going. We've got friends who will be in Asia at the same time, so they're going to be meeting us. They're in the UK, or they're in Scotland now, and they're going to fly to meet us. And we've got a friend who lives in Hokkaido, which is like a northern island in Japan, who will be like our local tour guide. So it just kind of was a good culmination of these things, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
How long is that flight?
The flight from Chicago to Tokyo is something like 13 or 14 hours.
Oh, that's so bad. And the flight from here to Chicago is, I suppose you're from Montreal, not here.
I'm in Montreal. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, but man, 13 hours, that's a long flight.
Oh yeah, it's very much a personal holiday. Go for a half month and have fun.
Here goes nothing, and the Royalton Circus. So the Goblins that we just saw like dismantle some Lizards.
Versus Kislev. I mean, normally I'd give this to Kislev. Like Kislev have the ability to just jump over Goblin screens and punch the secret weapons that are hiding behind them. But I mean, if the Goblins roll like they did in that match,
that's what I'm thinking too. Is it's hard to vote against those Goblin dice, but do we Gambler's Fallacy it, right? You know, they just had good dice. They're gonna have bad dice next.
We have too many statistics degrees between us.
2?
Yes, which
all of them are mine.
I've taken Stats 101 as part of 2 separate degrees.
Yeah,
I give this to the Kislev. The So the Kislev don't have any tackle or mighty blow yet, but they have one block piece. It's kind of hard. Like rookie Kislev don't have a lot of tools to deal with goblins, but they also won't be giving away a lot of inducements. No, they'd be getting inducements versus goblins, like nearly 200k.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh
a
no,
big
the goblins
deal.
have some money to shed. So the Kislev are probably going to get a wizard out of it.
1170 versus
something in the
1380.
ballpark of
They're
a
gonna lose 60.
wizard. So
1320. Yeah, man. I was thinking about being spicy and saying goblins before I took a look at the team values, but with the fact that the goblins are not going to get like bribes, it's going to be hard to vote for the goblins here. So I think I'm gonna say Kislev.
yeah, but like Hilo said, we're going to leave ourselves some wiggle room if the goblins roll dice. Like as always with stunty teams, if you roll dice, you win. So.
Yeah, it's hard to definitively say one way or the other when it's stunties, because stunties can happen, but we've taken that into account before and we predicted it right every time but this week so far, to be fair.
They might take a bribe, but that does give they do have 210k, so they could scum a bribe or two, but then I mean that you're giving inducements to the Kislev at that point. Like the Kislev are going to end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, I mean,
so.
they're goblins, right? So they get bribes for cheaper.
Yeah, still,
but-
it's 50k you're giving to the Kislev.
Yeah, I mean, and you.
It's probably still worth it.
It's probably
in
worth
the
it to
long
take
run.
one. I don't know if taking two is worth it. You take one so that you can have your chainsaw in the field again, ideally.
Yeah.
But taking two, it means the goblins are going to have to potentially be careful with fouls. The chainsaw is going to do a lot of work because they're all armor 7. So that's
They're not armor 7. Kislev are mostly armor 8.
right, but the catches are armor 7 and most of them are armor 8. So I don't know. It's an interesting matchup to think about from the goblin point of view, I think. But
Yeah.
I think I'm still like it's. I mean, they're stunty. It's hard to say definitively, but I mean,
We've
gun
called
to
it
my
for the
head, I'll
Kislev.
pick Kislev. Yeah.
You gotta bite the bullet sometimes. Next up, we have Leozar versus Union United. I mean, even without the injuries he sustained, this would be a hard match for Leozar. Union United are a really solid team and have been doing really well with the Pro Elf roster. So I think I would give this to the Pro Elves.
Yeah, and there's a decent amount of dodge lying around, and the blitzers are going to be so annoying. There's 2 blodge step blitzers,
5 dodge pieces, and there's no tackle for Leozar. So.
Yeah, and there's 2 tackle for the Pro Elves, and the Pro Elves have also got 2 blodge step blitzers, one of them with tackle. I think this is going to be pretty rough for the Lizards, so I'm going to give that to Union United as well. A tie bye week, I guess, because both of those teams are both gone. Battle
Chaos,
Targets and Ladder
who
Climbers.
maybe conceded. It's not really clear what's going on there. So Jeff versus Chaos. That's going to be Jeff.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's mostly rookie Chaos versus Jeff. We just saw Jeff play. Or no, we didn't.
We didn't just see Jeff. We saw Jeff play last week.
We saw Jeff play last week. Yeah, Jeff is a good coach. He's won every game he's played so far this season, except for the one that he didn't actually finish. So it's hard to vote against. It's hard to vote against him there, especially with how good this team is looking. There's an Agi 5 War Dancer with Frenzy, which is kind of funny, but
Yeah, that is. I mean, just the ultimate surfing threat can leap anywhere and surf you. If you're anywhere near the sidelines, you're out. And then we have Voodoo versus the Stabby Dark Elves.
Dark
Normally
Elves on
this-
Dark Elves.
Normally, I'd be tempted to give this to the Dark Elves building more traditionally, but I don't think they're here.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if
I think they have vacated the league. So
they haven't officially yet, but I think they've missed at least this week. I'm not sure. Yeah, so it's kind of difficult to give a real prediction there. So I don't know. I think we can give ourselves like a skip on that one.
I mean, I think I would. I want to give this to Moya either way, just because it's more fun, and I always want to vote for the stabby ones.
Oh yeah, I want to vote for the stabby ones for sure. Because the stabby ones are fun. Although he's down a few players.
That's fine. He'll make 2.
Yeah,
And that is it for 9D.
Yep. Okay, so we can go take a look at 9E. There's an extra division to scroll through now because of the like Swiss division thing that got made.
I know it keeps messing me up. I keep going into the Swiss division. So first up, we have Khemri versus Underworld. We predicted the Khemri would win, but it was a tie.
Only half
Nine-
wrong.
19 armor breaks for Broken Boys. 4 KOs, 4 injuries, 1 kill. Did some work.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is he now has a leveled Doom Guardian again because one of them went from 0 to 7 SPP this match. He had 0 to leveled Tomb Guardians for a bit, which was a little sad, but he has picked up Mighty Blow on one finally.
Nice.
Um,
Let's see, it was a good match dice-wise for the Broken Boys. They rolled a hell
certainly.
of a lot of blocks. Holy shit. 67 blocks.
That's a lot of blocks.
That's more blocks than I rolled in my minors if I have gained those.
4 inflicted
61.
injuries, 1 kill. You know, that's a good result for the Khemri, honestly. Khemri versus Underworld is hard for the Khemri, I think.
Yeah,
and
they can't keep up very easily.
and keeping it to a tie while also gaining a crap load of SPP, I think is a result you're pleased as the Broken Boys.
Yep, and you got a Tomb Guardian MVP, which is super critical, like you said. Underworld got a Goblin MVP, not really that exciting. Next up is Liverpool versus Friendship is Massacre, which was a 0-0 tie. Dwarves versus Whites. If there was going to be, or Undead, I think? Yes, Undead.
Yeah.
If there's going to be a tie, this is going to be it. We predicted the Undead would win, though, so we are wrong.
If I recall correctly, I was like, it could be a tie at the time.
I don't care what you, like, maybe waffled about saying.
Yeah, I mean...
You get one call. One shot to blow, mom spaghetti, you know the drill.
Yeah. 0-0. I'll level up on a Longbeard with the MVP, so he's probably just going to get guard unless something spicy happened. Oh, look, guard. Dwarves.
Yeah. I am never going to play it.
Whoa.
What?
We were just talking about large numbers of blocks. I suggest you look
88. 88 blocks.
Yep.
What the fuck, Morley? Gave away 88 blocks.
Morley did 43. I mean, when 43 is half the number of blocks that your opponent had, you know you've done something wrong.
No, but also 88 blocks, 3 KOs, 1 injury, 10 armor breaks on 88 blocks against armor.
What happened in this game?
What the fuck?
And he only got 1 KO. Well, I mean, he only got 1 KO. It's against dwarves, but still, like...
6 armor breaks.
This is
I mean, against armor 9, that's a little below average, yeah.
That's...
Jesus Christ, dudes. Simmer down.
Yeah, look at the block dice are funny. It's like 52 pushes. Well, that happens when you roll 88 blocks.
Yeah, I mean, the SPP screen is also really great.
None. 7-5. What, like... I just imagine this game was not like they put the ball in the corner and said, "Do you want to just leave that over there and like hit each other a little bit?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, sure." And they just stood in the line and punched each other and didn't bother playing football.
Well, actually, Morley failed 3 catches, which I feel is indicative of the fact that maybe he tried to score and just failed miserably.
I mean, Liverpool succeeded on one of his 2 attempted catches.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't know what happened in that game, but I'm gonna just pretend it didn't exist.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Jesus Christ, guys.
Nagarond, Nut Punchers, and the Gods of Metal have not played yet.
I believe Skippy is dropping out of the league due to personal reasons, so that's a concede. We called it for that anyway, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, we did say possible concede. Yeah, I think he's been having some rough times IRL.
And we predicted that Arkangell would win against CRBoyz, and we were right.
Sure did.
Oh, there's a buy, though, to look at. Oh, we're right. Vulpus and Kulta got a buy that he desperately needed to get his injuries back. Yep. So very lucky for him. He got a Saurus MVP, which gives him block. Very nice. Oh, look. He picked up block first.
Weird.
You fucking suck.
Way to not commit.
Yeah. Way to argue with us forever about Mighty Blow first pick and then never commit to it again. You're dead to me, Vulpus.
Disappointing.
Sidestep, diving tackle, skink. Good stuff.
Yeah, we predicted Arkangell, and I think that was entirely on the back of the fact that it was 2 ward answers versus 1, and we saw that actually made a difference when we watched that, because he lost the 1 ward answer he had, and then that made it a bit hard.
Oh, we also predicted it on the back of the Mighty Blow ward answer versus...
And the Mighty Blow ward answer didn't actually do much, to be honest.
No, he did some work.
Not as much as we would have expected, though.
That's true. He wasn't getting the blitz every turn, which I kind of expected him to automatically get.
Same.
It was Gwyn Bled. Oh yeah, no, he didn't get any SPPs, so he only KO'd people because he got 3 SPP for scoring, which he did once, I think. Or maybe it was a completed pass and a KO or a Kaz. I'm not sure.
So speaking of us being pleased with ourselves about how right we were ludicrously wrong with the Chew Toys versus Knights of Windrip. We
gave this to the Bretts, and the Bretts got utterly annihilated.
Yep, 3-0, which is about as far away from the Bretts winning as it could be.
That's not true. I won 5-0 as Necro once. I think that's about as far away as you can be from losing.
So the Flesh Golem picked up MVP. It leveled him, and he gained plus strength.
That seems like a good Flesh Golem.
Yeah, strength 5 Flesh Golem. I'll take it. It seems good.
The Blitzer also leveled and also got plus strength.
Oh.
It was just that kind of a game.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
Plus strength blitzers for Bretonians are disgusting and should be fouled to death.
It makes the Dauntless less valuable.
Yeah, you might as well retire him.
Yeah, strength is useless. Screw it. Makes Dauntless a bad skill. Get rid of him.
Yeah. So Knight Gerald the Big got plus strength, which
How
seems
appropriate.
terribly appropriate. Yeah. Lots of SPP for the Chew Toys, as you'd expect, winning 3-0.
One injury, yeah. Although the Knights inflicted a kill. I wonder who that was on.
A really punchy game again, 68 blocks to 50. Unfortunately, not a lot of the 50 blocks to 5 armor breaks is really unlucky for the Bretts. Something funny was happening there against armor 8 mostly.
1 injury and 1 kill though, so there's a dead Necro, but somewhere. I hope it wasn't somebody important, or I hope it was somebody important maybe.
Does it count as a kill inflicted if they regen? I don't think it does, so it must have been a permanent death. Chew Toys failed 1 regen, so something with regen died, I'm guessing.
Or was injured, because there was an injury as well.
Did they have an injury as well?
1 injury is inflicted.
Yep, not a lot of D6s roll for the Chew Toys, which means they were probably in control all game, didn't need to roll D6s, just needed to punch, and they did. Knights of Windrip had kind of terrible blocking dice. Not atrocious, but definitely skewed towards the both down skull region, and had pretty bad D6s, no, but average. Kind of like all over the place, but not necessarily significantly.
Yeah.
Looks like some failed passes, a bunch of failed passes, a bunch of failed catches, normal failed dodges. Yeah, tough game.
Yeah. And we had Desnot Nakas versus One Cheese, which was a match that mattered a lot. One Cheese was sitting comfortably at the top of his division, but there were 2 teams that were on his heels. Those 2 teams played each other and they tied, which was great for One Cheese. But then One Cheese also had to play those 2 teams in the next coming weeks, and this is the first of those, I believe. And
and this for the Orcs with 3 tackle blitzers. I mean, this was going to be a tough game for this Skaven, no matter what.
Yeah, we predicted this was going to be Orcs just brutalizing rats for most of the game.
You're right. 19 armor breaks, 3 KOs, 5 injuries. Though the One Cheese was the only one who got a kill.
A hell of a lot of SPP on the side of the Orcs too.
10, 16, 21, 23. Not a bad game.
So I feel like we were correct in this one, in that the Orcs kind of ran roughshod over the Skaven.
Did they ever?
It's rough matchup for Skaven with how much tackle is on the side of Hogstench's team. So it's not surprising, but it means that the leaderboards are certainly a lot closer than they were.
Yep.
In fact, we have some new leaders.
Rex Longbone is saying he got massacred in the first 4 turns.
Yeah, unsurprising. There's so much tackle and Mighty Blow on the behind side of that Orc team. You probably lost a ton of players really early, and then just made it rough to keep up at that point. Yep.
So Vulpus and Kulta and Hogstench are now tied for first, with Rex Longbone 2 points behind at 7-1. Really contested division. I think Shizelbob could still win it technically as well if everyone started losing, but maybe not with buys and such.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
hog stench is
+1.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, looking at TD differential that's that close is not super meaningful at this stage. But
Yeah, it's difficult to say until it's over whether or not TD differential matters.
Until the fat lady sings, still 3 more games to play.
I think you mean the orc cheerleaders.
They're not mutually exclusive.
That's true. So this is, and if I recall correctly, there's actually another game sort of coming up that matters there. In fact, One Cheese is playing Broken Boys this week, which is that's pretty close. And then the week after that, he plays the Komodo Killers. So he had a rough run of games, right? He had
Yeah, we knew that though.
Yeah, he had the orcs, and then he's gonna have the Khemri, and then he's gonna have the lizards. So like these teams that are all really close are all. Some of them still have to play each other, so we could see some even more shakeups in the leaderboard here. But
true.
Still, it's much closer than 9D is currently. Although, Just Not Knockers are currently in the win or in the lead with 1 touchdown, keeping them apart from the Komodo Killers.
So I think Just Not Knockers is going to get a bye in week 12, and then week 13.
They have
Komodo Killers
another
are
one.
playing the Undead. Just Not Knockers are getting another bye. So the Orcs might get 2 byes and only have 1 real game left. And that 1 real game is against Dwarves, so that could be rough. We could see this mix Skippy, I believe. Yeah, exactly. So 2 byes. This could be Just Not Knockers coming through. Hog stench.
Yeah, making a late season push.
2 free wins is gonna make this pretty hard to contest.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be at 9-3-0 other than that one game that he has to play against the Dwarves. So even if that's a loss,
At least you're playing
that's
the
9-3-1.
Underworld now, Vulpes, before they get Claw. I don't think they have any Claw yet. They do not, so that's nice for you. And their troll is MNG, so you should be able to run roughshod over the Underworld is one consolation, because I think you play them next.
Yeah,
yeah.
I had One Cheese to win this division like a couple weeks ago, but to be fair, that was before some more teams dropped out and made the Snot Knockers get an extra bye and stuff. But there's still a race going on here. There are 4 teams in it probably. So I'm excited to see how that shapes up over the next couple weeks. Speaking of the next couple weeks, we can take a look at the Negro and Nut Punchers and Gods of Metal just got adminned for the Nut Punchers. By the way, so we can now take a look at next week. Warpfire Stalkers and the Komodo Killers. We have the currently second place by 1 touchdown Lizards and the replacement Underworld. You got an opinion on... Oh, you just left. Okay, goodbye. I'm not sure why he has left, but he has decided to leave. Goodbye, co-caster, I suppose. I started talking at you, and you just left me. Why did you leave me? Why did you leave me?
I'm back. I'm sorry.
I started talking at you, and you just left. You were just gone.
Oh,
I was like, why aren't you responding? And then I went and looked at XSplit, and you just weren't
Sometimes
there.
I sneak away when it sounds like you're going to monologue, which is what you do most of the time. So.
Well, I monologued into a segue, and then you didn't follow up on the segue.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
Warpfire Stalkers versus the Lizards, the Komodo Killers.
Oh, the Lizards. They have no troll and no claw. The Lizards are going to beat the ever-living hell out of them.
Oh, I also mentioned that the division, the bye weeks got processed, so the Nut Punchers got a win over the Gods of Metal. Yeah, the lack of the Warpstone Troll is going to make all of the difference there, I think.
Yeah, an underdeveloped Warpstone or underdeveloped Underworld versus developing Lizards. Like Vulpes and Cultist team is basically where you want them in terms of like when Lizards are the strongest. Like a bit more block is basically all you really want for Lizards to be like peak Lizard bullshit. Like when you have all the block pieces before everyone starts stacking guard, you're pretty much as good as you're gonna get.
CRBoyz versus the Gods of Metal is an admin's call because it seems the Gods of Metal have dropped out, unfortunately. Knights of Windrip and Friendship is Massacre. It's hard to give this to anyone other than Morally. Then again, every time we pick him, he loses. So clearly, we just can't be right in this matchup. Although we predicted the Bretts last week, and they didn't do that well. So
yeah, I'm picking Morally.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Morally as well, but knowing Morally, he is now gonna lose just to spite us. One Cheese versus the Broken Boys. Now, this one is more interesting.
I think rats. It's hard for Khemri to really contest rats and rat nonsense.
Yeah, like this is gonna be 3 gutter runners versus a bunch of skeletons. He's missing a gutter runner. In fact, he's missing a strip ball gutter runner, which.
Although both of the Blitzras have tackle and mighty blow, and he has a plus agi throw raw. Right, his Khemri team is actually really good.
And
tough.
Yeah,
and he's a tackle skeleton.
It is tough, especially since Rex is missing some important players. Right, he's missing one of his Storm Vermin, and he's going to be missing his strip ball gutter runner. Not that the strip ball matters really, because the throw raw is probably going to be carrying it, and he's sure hands anyway.
That's true. Yeah, cage dives are harder.
But there isn't. Cage dives are harder, but there isn't any guard on behalf of the Broken Boys because the Tomb Guardians are not leveling. The Tomb Guardians are like almost entirely irrelevant in this match. Like the strength, sure, they're strength 5, but they're also movement 4, and the Skaven just aren't gonna bother basing up against you ever. But the Blitzras are gonna do some serious work. This is one of those. It's hard to predict, man. This is one of those matches that could easily go either way, and it depends like really seriously on the first few turns. Like if the Broken Boys lose one of those Blitzras, the game is over for them. Like they are not going to win. But
yeah, and I mean like both teams have a lot of armor 7. Both teams have mighty blow, though the Khemri have more of it. I don't know, man. This is tough. I think I want to very narrowly give it to the rats, but it's going to be a really hard game.
I don't know. Like I honestly have no idea. Like I know it's not going to be a tie, so predicting a tie is wrong. But I can't pick a team to win. Like I have no idea. Like I'm
gonna be spicy and pick the Khemri, so at least one of us will win.
Sure. I flipped a coin. Coin says Khemri. Go with Khemri.
All right. Next up is, you need a lot. Yeah. The orc matchup was always going to be tough for you.
Yeah, it was going to be really hard.
Snot Knockers versus Liverful. So this is Razor Sharp versus Hogstench. This is probably going to be this is going to be Hogstench's last real game, and probably one of the tougher ones for him. Does he have a lot of guard?
He has 3. However, Liverful has 5.
Yeah, but the inherent strength advantage of the orcs somewhat neutralizes that. Though the plus strength block runner is gonna fucking help.
Yeah, but the black orcs are guard, but they have no block. And literally everybody on the dwarf team does, because dwarves, so they're not afraid to uphill against those guard pieces to get them gone because of block. So it's not as cut and dry as I think it would be.
Yeah, I'd like to watch this game, maybe. If you plan it Razor Sharp, let us know when you do, and maybe we'll try to watch it this week before I leave.
Yeah.
And there's no mobile guard for the orcs, so they can't do any sneaky repositioning.
Nope. And the blitzers are like, most of their skills are irrelevant. Like
if Hogstench is going to lose a game, I think it's going to be this one. Yeah. Like his Mighty Blow is not going to be that relevant against Armor 9, Thick Skull.
All his tackle doesn't do anything either.
He's got 1 piling on Blitzer, which is a little. Oh, it doesn't matter, no, because he's got 2 tackle ones.
Yeah. So
tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I am gonna be busy. Sorry, and I think Ben is too, for that matter. Oh, at 8 p.m. you might be free. 8 p.m. What time zone?
It'll be probably shortly after my game tomorrow.
What time zone? We're just gonna wait for you to type it out.
Well, there's
I know
a
the
delay.
stream has to catch up. I know.
Yeah, the piling on blitzer could do work, but like he's the scary piece, and if the dwarves have like they don't have a piece that is super key other than the runner, and he's strength 4. So if they happen to remove that piling on orc, it's going to be way easier for Razor Sharp and the dwarves. EST, so it's 9 p.m. my time. So I can probably watch that because my game is going to be at 6 my time. So I will probably be able to just continue to stream and watch that as well.
I will be watching Infinity War. Sorry, I agree with Rex Longbone. I'm going to call it a tie. I almost want to give it to the dwarves.
A tie is awful tempting, but I think to be spicy, I'm going to give it to the dwarves. I'm going to be spicy and put a little bit of competition between us this week.
Okay. And next up is Chew Toys versus Nagaron Nut Punchers.
Yep. So we've got the Necro team.
Versus the battered but developing.
So that death was a werewolf because he's missing a werewolf.
Oof.
Yeah, but
tie would really help Vulpus for sure. I would normally give this to Dark Elves against early Necro. How is he developed? Especially one that's down. I guess he probably lost a developed werewolf. Oh, they still got the block Mighty Blow one. So yeah. Claw does work against Dark Elves. So
certainly does.
Strength Golem. He's got a guard Mighty Blow and a blend Mighty Blow. I think I'm going to give this to the Dark Elves.
I was about to go look at teams, then I accidentally backed out. I think they'll. Yeah, I don't think there's enough skill, like not player wise enough skills. I mean, on the side of the Chew Toys, like the loss of the wolf hurts, but it's not incredibly relevant against the Dark Elves. The strength flesh golem helps, but not necessarily in this matchup.
Yeah, they're just gonna ignore it.
And there's the dirty player zombie, but like I think this Necro team needs a bit more development in order to compete against that Dark Elf team. So I think I'm going to give that to the Dark Elves as well.
And that is it then for us.
Yeah, that is this week, week 11. We will be back next week for week 12, or the preview of week 12.
And then I'm going to miss the last week, week 13, and then a good chunk of the playoffs because Japan.
Well, the playoffs is not necessarily going to be us. There's a lot of sports reporters around that'll be covering all the playoff games.
I think we have near auto dibs on our own div people, unless it gets to like higher echelons. So the first games, at least, I think we could safely say we'll be casting. So.
Yep. So it'll be if Shadorra's not here for the playoff ones, I'll try to find a substitute Shadorra. Maybe I'll grab like a Scottish one or something. That could be fun.
There is a Scottish one.
But for week 13, I guess when Shadorra's not here, it'll just be me. So maybe it'll be slightly more boring because I won't have anyone to talk to. But that's okay. By then, things will mostly be set in stone anyway, so there'll probably be less exciting, spicy things to talk about anyway. But that's been us for this week. So I've been Steakmittens, and you're Shadorra.